When I got Planet X Grimlock, it made me fall in love with the Dinobots all over again. So today we're going to talk about the animated ones. It's my channel, I do what I want. We'll start with Swoopin. Woo! Is he a tall boy? This pterodactyl mode is fairly accurate to the show, but you can't put him in many poses. You've got this upright spread eagle pose, and you've got this flat, flying position. Dude, what is wrong with your neck? You need to see a chiropractor or something, Jesus. His mouth will open. You can get a little bit of flappity flap here in the arms. And the feet are on these double joints if you want to have him attack somebody. He comes with this chain mace thingy that you can plug into the foot of the pterodactyl mode for storage. It doesn't look very good. Robot mode looks pretty good, even though it's pretty much the same thing as pterodactyl mode. This toy's colors are really awesome. He's got this dark gray offset by the metallic blue and gold. The wings make this cool white cape effect. And that head sculpt is really poppin' with that red fin and the sloping jawline. He can hold his weapon in either hand, and he is fairly posable. So yeah, definitely one of the coolest looking swoops ever. But maybe eat a sandwich, dude. Come on, you're all skin and bones. What's the matter with you? Next up, we have Slaggnar. Who are you? He's a cute and tubbalicious triceratops. I suppose this beast mode is articulated, but if you move the neck joint, you dislocate the head. And it's pretty difficult to do anything else with the dino legs because they're very obviously the robot mode limbs. But we still love you anyway. The head sculpt is absolutely phenomenal here, topped off with the red translucent horns and that bright blue eye. You can't open his little mouth, but it just looks like he's yelling at you. And I mean, come on, you're not even trying to hide that. He comes with his Cheeto as a weapon, but it doesn't go anywhere in beast mode. Here we have him in robot mode, and oh my goodness. He just continues to be so darn cute. I really like how the dino mode has kind of exploded and restructured itself. The proportions are different, but you can tell how it got here. I really like how the dino head kind of folds itself up and hides a little bit, and the tail split along the back adds a lot of character. If you look hard enough, you can see just how hollow this torso is, but come on, it's a deluxe, give it a break. But with that being said, he really distributes his mass well. Color-wise, he's pretty great. You've got the same gray as on Swoop, and you've got a flat red and black topped off with that shiny gold detailing. The same paint that was used on the eyes in beast mode is reused here, and goodness gracious, does it make a difference. His facial expression is pretty hilarious. It's kind of a mildly discontented look. This guy never said anything in the show, so I like to imagine he just followed Grimlock around silently like,
I can't believe I have to hang around with this idiot.
You can stick the Cheeto in his hand and deploy these little shoulder flames. But why though? His gimmick is that he literally spontaneously combusts. Posability is not as good as Swoop's, but it's pretty good considering how chunky he is. This reminds me of what was great about animated. The proportions are so over-exaggerated, but they're full of personality. Either that or both of these guys have a major eating disorder. Grimlock really needs to get his team in check. Speak of the T-Rex, here he is, Grimlock. And oh wow, what a T-Rex. It's different, but it is iconically Grimlock. The T-Rex mode isn't exactly posable. The head is stuck in that position, so you can't do the upright T-Rex pose, but he looks just fine like this. I know the proportions are weird for a T-Rex. He's very front heavy, but this, as we've already discussed, is accurate to animated. They exaggerated proportions a lot. Grimlock has a chompy gimmick. My only complaint is how much of the robot mode is visible from the underside. He does have this flame sword, but once again, it doesn't
Go anywhere.
Other than that, this T-Rex mode gets a big thumbs up for me. It's so iconic, and after all these years, I still find myself in love with it. Transformation is stupidly simple, especially for a Voyager, but you can't argue with the results. This robot mode is gorgeous! You've got the gray and the black and the deep crimson that's unique to this mold. Not to mention all the shiny gold plastic here. This chest window is molded in clear plastic, but the underside is painted gold. Just like in G1! Hasbro does listen to us! Face sculpt is super accurate down to that bright blue visor, which, oh boy. You can plug the sword into his hand here, and if you give that wrist a flick, some flame effect pieces pop out. Grimlock is fairly posable above the waist, but his legs do not rotate at all forward or backward. Get out of here! It's kind of sad because I think you could pull off some really cool poses if his legs would just move. When you put them together, they look great, but something you'll notice is that their colors don't match. Even the grays are slightly different. I know what I said earlier, shut up. Got the same gray that was on Swoop. It's just kind of unique because most of the time Dinobots match. It's just kind of unique because most of the time Dinobots match, and I think that sets these guys apart. They're not afraid to be their own character. And to be honest, I like it better this way. Overall, these guys remind me of just why animated was great. They managed to pull off being both unique and familiar at the same time. And it really says something when these figures can still be interesting after almost 10 years. So yeah, the animated Dinobots are great, and I hope this whets your palate for more Dinobots in the future, especially since this guy's been begging me for my attention. Thanks for watching.